All right, welcome back, guys. We are doing the Shining Friendship episode. This is the episode where I put a link out a while ago, and I let you guys comment on it. So basically, I uploaded the whole episode of Frame.io. You guys commented, put your own nitpicks in there, and I'm reading them off. Sorry for the delay. All right, so yeah, let's get right into it.
Yugi! Come on, Yug.
Why won't he answer us?
There's a phrase called Mickey Mousing, where silence must be covered up. But sometimes silence is good, showing the severity of a situation. Here it looks like your friend is in crisis, and you're physically talking 3 feet behind his back.
He's totally out of it. Well, he did just lose his only chance to save his grandfather.
Ouch, Bakura.
He's totally out of it.
So what, he loses a match and goes into a comatose mute state? Is this why Yami is always on the front lines to protect Yugi's fragile ego?
I let Kaiba win the match, but I had no choice. I can never duel again.
One lost because Kaiba cheated to basically commit suicide. And you don't duel again? Even Joey lost to Kaiba. And sure, he lost his self-confidence, but he still wanted to duel. What's your excuse, Yugi? What would have happened if you lost to Weevil, Mako, or the Paradox Brothers? Would you have said the same thing? Survey says no.
He just lost a few star chips is all. Here, take mine.
What an MVP Joey is. He might not understand why exactly, like what the reason for Yugi being upset is, but he immediately goes, Yugi, you don't have enough star chips anymore? Here, you can have mine. What a champion.
I owe you big time for ever getting me this far. Take them. But what about my sister? Sure, she needs my help, but Gramps is in danger right now.
The back and forth between Joey and Yugi's goal is so stupidly solved. If Yugi wins, he gets money and his grandfather back. If Joey wins, he gets money for his sister and Yugi loses his grandfather. Anyone could figure out that Yugi will get the prize money to Joey if he wins, because he's there for a completely different reason. And in a previous episode, Mai has already pointed out the obvious, that only one of the two can win. So why are they both aiming to win if Yugi's victory offers the best possible outcome? They should both be smart enough to prepare themselves for the eventuality of a duel and discuss the distribution of the prize.
I owe you big time for ever getting me this far. Take them. But what about my sister? Sure, she needs my help, but Gramps is in danger right now.
I find it funny how the entire team thinks Joey's gonna win the whole tournament.
Come on, snap out of it. You're really starting to scare me, man.
Really, Joey?
I'm trying to help you out here. Pull yourself together.
Sure, if pep talks and consulting don't work, hit him with violence and Brooklyn rage. That should help with the friendship, right, Taya?
If this is how you treat your friends, I can't wait to see how you treat your enemies.
Is that supposed to be seductive?
If you guys have enough star chips to get into the castle, why are you hanging out here?
Mai, you can only see part of the glove. Why assume they have 10 star chips? Obviously something's wrong.
He lost his chips to Kaiba, and now it's like he's lost the will to go on.
So the little guy finally lost one, huh?
Mai's reaction feels significantly underplayed. Like, this is the first time she's hearing that Kaiba was on the island in the first place, let alone participating in the Duelist Kingdom tournament. And Mai was just like, so Yugi finally lost one.
Lucky for you guys, I came by.
Lucky you came by? What a weird thing to say considering where that door leads. Of course she came by. Where else was she supposed to go?
A toast to Kaiba and his stunning upset victory over Yugi.
Shouldn't Pegasus be concerned over not getting a chance at dueling Yugi for the Millennium Puzzle?
And his stunning upset victory over Yugi.
Why is Kaiba beating Yugi considered an upset?
Of course, if he thinks he can just waltz in here.
How is Pegasus getting these moving security shots with Kaiba staying in the center? It can't be a stationary camera. Does he have a cameraman walking in front of Kaiba? Is this like Mario 64?
He overestimates his chances and underestimates my abilities.
So with the power of transaction, since Kaiba beat Yugi, does that mean if Pegasus defeats Kaiba, he successfully takes over Kaiba Corp? Or does he already have the shares to be president? I know he wants the puzzle, but the main objective was to take over Kaiba Corp, which the Big Five said they would hand over if Yugi lost the tournament by one of his henchmen. And in a way, Kaiba was working for Pegasus at the time of the match.
Okay, now listen up, especially you, Yugi.
Isn't this the perfect time and chance for Yami Bakura to take Yugi's puzzle? Like right now, Yugi doesn't want it, and all of his friends have already forgotten about him.
Yugi stepped in and saved my star chips, and now I'm returning the favor. I'm being kind, not stupid.
Ah, she already has 10 chips of her own.
Hold up, I know she went out of her way to pay Yugi back for recovering her star chips from Panic, but how was she able to get enough to not only cover her entry, but plus 10 more for Yugi? How many participants did Pegasus invite? If the end goal of the event was to find the top 4, what if a 5th person collected 10 chips? Would they allow them in with a buy? Or would they be shipped off on a raft with Weevil?
Earth to Yugi, star chips at 12 o'clock.
It kind of feels weird to almost have a repeat of the previous scene. Joey offers his chips to Yugi, he won't take them. Mai offers her chips to Yugi, he won't take them.
Earth to Yugi, star chips at 12 o'clock.
First of all, you owe him 8 stars and you only have 6 in your hand. Second, he only needs 5. Why are you giving him 6? And third, why'd you go through the hassle of earning the extra chips? Could have assumed he's got 10 since he's Yugi after all. Without Kaiba showing up, your extra chips are pointless. Kinda like this duel episode.
Go ahead and take my star chips, Yugi, and then we can all head up to the castle together.
Joey, you're already up at the castle. Like you're literally standing on the castle.
Grow up. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Mai, you've been the biggest defeatist this whole series. Back in Panic, you just kind of cried the whole time. You don't get to be the one to say that.
Mai, don't get mad. You just don't understand.
Funny how Taya was saying, Yugi, let us help you, and not really understanding why he's like shell-shocked. But now she's saying to Mai, you don't understand, in reference to Yugi. So what changed between now and then?
Your friend lost one lousy duel, and now he's too chicken to play again. Isn't that right?
Facts.
I'll duel you. That's right. I'll duel you right here, right now for Yugi.
Why is Taya stepping up? Wouldn't the better choice be Joey? I know they say she's risking everything, but experience is really needed here.
I'll duel you right here, right now for Yugi. You and me.
The Japanese version has Taya taking her deck out of her pocket, but that was cut for some reason. The last scene before the commercial break is Taya challenging Mai. Immediately after the commercial break, she's now got a deck in her hands. Would have been better, I think, to have her repeat the last scene than just continuing from there.
Yugi needs those star chips, and I'm going to win them for him.
Yo, what is wrong with Yugi's eyes? There's way too much space in between them.
An amateur like you wouldn't stand a chance against me.
Would so.
It might seem like Taya's confidence is a bit unfounded here, but don't forget, she beat Joey 5 times in a row off-screen in episode 2. And Joey beat Mai. So I kinda get where she might be coming from. Also, would so is just so hilariously juvenile.
Are you sure you want to duel me?
What do you think?
I think Yugi's in good hands.
Are you sure, Tristan? You don't know much about duel monsters, and have you ever seen Taya duel? Oh wait, she beat Joey, didn't she?
What do you think?
I think Yugi's in good hands.
I get you're trying to support your friend, but that does not look like the face of a guy who thinks Yugi is in good hands.
So what do you say, Taya? You ready?
Totally.
Why did Taya and Tristan bring their decks anyway? If I was going to watch my friends play in a tennis tournament, I wouldn't bring my own racket. Is it just so ubiquitous in this world that it's like bringing your own phone?
Yugi's still lost in his own head.
Why is Bakura grasping Yugi like that?
Maybe a little duel action will snap him out of it.
Probably more to give Yugi like PTSD rather than snap him out of it, but sure.
Maybe a little duel action will snap him out of it.
A Snickers bar might help. You're not you when you're hungry.
I'm playing the Petite Angel in attack mode.
What is that?
Wait, do Joey and Tristan not know what kind of deck Taya runs? Also, I'm pretty sure we saw her duel Joey in the first couple episodes. Also, they just saw Kaiba make a mockery of Kaiba, so they have no reason to judge a monster by its looks.
I play Harpy Lady. Attack mode!
Consider the rule of 3. She somehow always seems to have it turn 1.
Whoa, that was close.
That was close. Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters can't dodge. How many games have you guys watched now?
Huh? Wabaku?
Okay, so Taya starts with 5 cards in her hand, plays 1 monster, drew another card, then played another monster. She should now have 4 cards in her hand, not 6.
Wabaku? Oh, I remember this. It's a trap card. A powerful one. If only I can remember what it does.
If there were only words on the cards. Thanks, 4Kids.
If only I can remember what it does.
How do you play and use a card in your deck but not remember what the card does? Can we just go home now? Yugi ain't getting those chips.
Okay, a rocky start, but I think Taya's back on track.
I think like most of the duels we've seen have started with a monster in attack position, and then that monster getting destroyed. Hey, NitPik, put a montage of that happening here.
Go! Fairy's gift! Attack with enchanted dust!
This is Taya's deck from episode 2, right? The one she beat Joey with? So she knows the specific attack name of a specific monster, but doesn't know what Waboku does? If she brought her deck to the island, why didn't she trade some cards with Yugi and Joey? Waboku could be really useful for them.
No!
Sorry, hun, but I activated my magic card, the Rose Whip.
Why Mai take so long to activate the card? It's like when you're dueling someone with Duel Links with a bad internet connection.
But I activated my magic card, the Rose Whip.
Quick play, equip spells, whatever, Duelist Kingdom.
Too late to call off my fairy's attack now. I just have to hope for the best.
Okay, so you just saw Mai's Harpy Lady increase its attack to higher than your monster. What could you possibly be hoping to happen that would somehow save your monster?
Too late to call off my fairy's attack now.
Yeah, could you imagine calling off an attack after it was declared? Couldn't it be Yugi in the last episode with Celtic Guardian?
Whiplash attack!
Isn't it hilarious to anyone else? Hearing these synthy bird calls coming from Harpy Lady, very human mouth, especially when it's followed by... Jeez, the fairy from the N64 Legend of Zelda voice was more soothing.
Clever move.
Clever move? Mai had no way of knowing what Taya was going to play, and she had already put that card down. It's not a clever move to set a trap and duel monsters. There's literally a card type called that. It's a basic part of the strategy.
You're just a little girl who's accidentally stumbled into the big leagues.
And Joey is what? A noob who stumbled into the big leagues, as well as relying on luck and strong sense of smell and top decking in most of his matches? That's A-okay?
Shining friendship. Hey, that's like all of us.
It is touching that Taya's immediate thought to drawing Shining Friendship is, that's just like all of us. I know her friendship speeches are memed in the fandom, but it's just nice. She really cares about her friends.
Shining friendship. Hey, that's like all of us.
If all 5 of you equal a 1300 attack monster, then y'all suck.
It would have Joey's courage, Tristan's spirit, and Yugi's heart.
She intentionally left Bakura out despite him being right there.
It would have Joey's courage, Tristan's spirit, and Yugi's heart.
Joey's courage equals picking fights with anyone for any reason. Tristan's spirit equals I don't even know what she means here.
Maybe this card is as strong as our friendship. There's really only one way to find out.
Yeah, by reading the stats printed on the card.
Wabaku.
That's right.
These shadow clones are high as fuck. What is going on here?
And Wabaku reduces the attack points of my opponent's creatures to 0, so my Shining Friendship is unharmed.
Taya's explanation of Waboku's effect reminds me of what a headache it was when the card was first printed in English. So many disputes on the playground and the tournament back in the day. It took halfway into GX for the card to finally get an errata and explain the proper effect.
I think I taught Taya that move.
Yeah, if by teaching you mean getting schooled every time she beats you with it.
Man, Joey must have really sucked if he kept losing to Taya's fairy beatdown deck.
If by teaching you mean getting schooled every time she beats you with it.
Someone has to tell me how Waboku was ever a win condition. It's a stall card. How can it win on its own?
It's like the card says, Shining Friendship. No matter how dark things may get, the special bond I share with my friends will always find a way to shine through.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say a damn thing.
It's like the card says, no matter how dark things may get, the special bond I share with my friends will always find a way to shine through.
You don't know what any of your actual cards with effects do, but but you sure do know a lot about this vanilla monster.
Yugi, is any of this stuff getting through to you? Don't you see? Taya's putting herself on the line for you.
Taya is not putting anything on the line. There are no stakes for her. Sure, she loses, Yugi misses his chance to challenge Pegasus, but there's really nothing for her to lose.
Don't you know the rules yet, Taya? Since I flipped your Magician of Faith over with my attack, you get a card back from the graveyard.
So apparently Taya does not know the effect of her favorite card.
How can you seriously hope to beat me when you don't know the rules?
Taya's total lack of knowledge, despite having swept Joey before, leads me to believe that they were just making up rules and card effects when playing at school. That would have actually been a nice touch though, since that's how a lot of us played when the game first came out.
And whatever's going on in his head, Taya, Yugi has to deal with it on his own.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
What do you do when the thing you're fighting against is some kind of magical spirit that can take control of you?
You let the spirit come out whenever it's time to duel, or in times of great emotional peril. You mainly control him more than he controls you. You just never communicated with it.
I can add its 300-point power boost to the 400-point boost that I get from my Elf's Light card.
400 is a major boost? Have you not heard of point-to-point transfer? You haven't? Trust me, you will.
Now Shining Friendship is 2,000 attack points strong.
Wait, the Elf's Light can transform Shining Friendship into a totally different looking fairy monster now? Since when could equip cards do that?
Does the magic of Dispel not apply to you, Mai?
Bro, those reactions for Dispel, imagine the reactions for Pot of Greed.
I think Taya's doing better against Mai than you did.
Why does Tristan always have to make a jab on Joey every chance he gets?
I almost forgot. My Harpy's Feather Duster. This card could win it for me.
Almost forgot. Could win it for you. Seriously, were the translators smoking with this one? We just saw Mai consider playing that card 20 seconds ago when it would have saved her and her Harpy. She's about to forfeit the duel. This line of thought makes literally no sense in context.
Harpy's Feather Duster.
Dang, Yugi, what good eyesight you have. Like, how do you know what card this is? You sound so confident, too.
I surrender, Taya. I don't have the cards to win.
I know the context of both surrenders are different, but this one to me really does feel like it takes the sails out of the one later when Mai surrenders after Harpy's pet dragon is destroyed in her duel against Yugi. It's tough, because I don't really know how believably Taya would have been able to beat Mai without her surrendering in this way, but it does to me kind of take away from the impact of Mai surrendering later on in her duel with Yugi. It's less of a shock and more of, oh wait, that's what she did in her last duel too.
I surrender, Taya. I don't have the cards to win.
So why is Taya so chill here, but then later rants about not giving up to Johnny's steps? I guess you can only give up if you have friends?
Harpy Heartbeat Lady was the best monster I had, and seeing as how you beat her, there's really no point in me going on.
Yeah, it's your best card other than Mirror Wall, Elegant Egotist, Heartbeat Lady Sisters, Heartbeat's Pet Dragon. Oh wait, what was my point again?
I won! Hey!
I know what Maya's doing by throwing the match to Taya, but she could have continued her best and gave the starships to her anyway. Because of this, Taya is now the only undefeated player in Yugi's group. Unless you count the abridged series when she loses to the Penguin.
Some cards just aren't worth playing, huh, Yugi?
So true, Mai. You go, girl.
Some cards just aren't worth playing, huh, Yugi?
Would have been interesting if some cards just aren't worth playing. Came back again later on in some way, but it doesn't.
Some cards just aren't worth playing, huh, Yugi?
So the lesson that Mai is saying is that Yugi shouldn't play anymore? What? I get the lesson they were trying to go for here, but that's the opposite of what you should have said. She should have been like, Taya did the best for the people she cares about. And sometimes that's all that's needed. Encouraging Yugi to try again for his grandpa.
I'll never forget what you did for me, Taya. You overcame your fears for me.
And then the whole episode just very quickly kind of brushes past everything now. Who knows why Yugi was upset? Who cares? He's good now. He's got his star chips. Let's go. I know the episode's wrapping up, but it just kind of feels like it's happening too quickly. Especially in the Japanese version, that's the case. And I'm really glad the English dub brings it back again later.
And hopefully the consequences won't be as bad as I fear.
What the f*** is Yami smiling here for? He's the reason for this whole situation in the first place.
And hopefully the consequences won't be as bad as I fear.
So Yugi really just put the pharaoh on mute, huh? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That was your guys' comments on the Shining Friendship episode. If you want me to do more stuff like this, just let me know. Next week, I'm going to be coming back with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It's the Chaz and Jane rematch, so yeah, look out for that.